in prep, because you know, prep can be pretty drawn out. And also the fact that I've coached many people through photo shoots and I actually haven't done one myself, so you know, it kind of makes sense. Obviously it's not much different than getting in stage condition, similar process, not to the same degree, which is obviously why we're doing it first. You know, different content, something else to show you guys, and hopefully some cool pictures by the end of it. As mentioned in the last video, we'll be getting freshened up, tanned up, fresh trim. We'll see what the story is if we're doing a bit of a peak for it. Obviously, if that was like the singular landmark, you want to make sure you look your absolute best. But the overarching goal here is obviously prep for stage, for show day, MK Classic 2 Bros, which is 4 weeks away, little under 4 weeks. So, you know, we're not going to fill up excessively if it's going to detract from that goal. But as you've seen throughout the series so far, filling up, taking high days, digging a little bit deeper is something that we have done. So we'll probably incorporate something along the lines of that. That being said, as you could probably tell from this little uplifting energy that I have right now, that is something that happened yesterday. We got a high day, 600 gram of carb on a rest day, which is probably why I'm feeling a lot more refreshed. Typically my rest days are 160, so you know, an extra 1800 calories there, all from carbs, was definitely utilized pretty well. During the week I did feel like I was digging quite a significant hole, more so than usual. I am aware, of course, from previous preps and you know, just as a coach, how hard you need to dig, but I was running into a lot of issues with, you know, just really poor sleep. Headaches, sinus issues is what typically flares up for me, and that happened. Training was taking a bit of a downturn, so we decided to take that high day on a rest day and you know, really kind of soak up that food, and that's exactly what we done. There was no scale weight change, and then visuals this morning was super fucking happy with. I'll put these up here. But we have check-ins again in the morning, and you know, we'll run things by Zach, see what the story is. As mentioned, we're checking in 3 times a week anyway, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so we might just pop another one in here on Tuesday if we are doing much of a peak. But to be honest, the food that went in yesterday, and then obviously taking my training day food over the next couple of days, tanning up, it will play quite a significant part, you know what I mean? The final few tweaks here, and as I mentioned, the tan in particular, will bring out a lot more detail. But also quickly, I want to talk about, you know, the importance of switching off without detracting from the goal, and that is something that I also proactively put in this weekend as a really high priority. And it really doesn't take much. You don't need to, obviously you don't need to go off track, you don't need to binge, you don't need to, you know, completely switch off. But doing some things, as I've mentioned throughout the series and in one of the last videos, you know, kind of going on dates, walks, keeping it social. I made a point this weekend to actually spend a bit more time away from here. Obviously, work from home, self-employed, on prep, coaching people. As much as I love this flat, you know what I mean, it's still kind of a high stress environment if that's something that I'm associating with work and my own prep 24/7. So I did spend as much of the weekend as possible. Spent the last couple of nights in my girlfriend's house. Again, meals are all prepped, no reason to miss, and just, you know, chill out in the evenings, watch a movie and completely unwind. It's something I struggle with myself, and I really feel like, you know, just those 2 days back to back in someone else's presence in a different environment when possible has really kind of recharged that battery. 3 days out from this shoot, then another 3.5 weeks till show number 1, when we'll start to see all of this come to fruition, and I'm getting very fucking excited. I was happy with my check-ins this morning and really kind of seeing everything pulled together right now, seeing the visual start to, you know, emulate that stage condition, and knowing that we still have a lot of tools in our toolbox. We've only added Anavar in 3 days ago, I believe, so you know, 50 milligrams a day there. It's an extra 350 mgs across a week. Really bring out that cosmetic effect, that kind of anti-inflammatory vascularity, you know, really kind of clean looking physique. Obviously you don't want to run orals for a long period of time, so 3.5, 4 weeks ish would be kind of that, you know, very safe bet. I know a lot of people would push that out longer, add in other tools such as, like, you know, Superdrol, Anadrol in the last week, 2 weeks. Whether or not we use that, we'll wait and see. But honestly, the differences that we're seeing right now are, you know, night and day difference, which is kind of crazy to think, you know, when you're looking at it objectively, it's so easy to see those differences. But I know during the week when I was ran down and I was really flat, I was really questioning myself. And it's stuff I talked about on my Instagram, not for the sake of pity. Again, I'm very much so aware of what it takes to get into condition and the fact these will happen. I just kind of voiced this for transparency's sake. But remembering that the flatness The lack of pop in your physique and the potentially kind of like watery look is part of the process. Your physique will look a little bit worse before it looks better, but that's only if you stick with it. If you start to question the flatness and give yourself excessive amounts of refeeds, high days, you're not going to get in stage condition. And then when you do those high days, it's going to be, a little bit of an improvement. But if you really, really dig deep, dig your heels in on these flat days, push through, get the extra body fat off, stick with your cardio, keep it up high intensity, not cut corners. Then when you push the extra food in, it'll make a world of difference. So that is exactly what we're going to do. To the extent of which we're going to do for the photo shoot, we'll wait and see. I will, of course, document it and bring you along with me as best I can. I am heading out by myself, so, I'll try get some behind the scenes. But I'm excited, something different content, and just seeing yourself in that good lighting with a pump to kind of boost that morale to keep you pushing on through these last few weeks. Yes, as you can tell, more life, excitement, and a little bit more enthusiasm. I think the last video showed how much of a hole I was digging. I was very, ran down, and now I'm even recording this in the evening, which, I'm usually zombie mode by now. So big wins, but there will be more zombie mode to come. So it is shoot day eve. I was hoping to do this clip with a fresh trim, but my appointment got pushed back. So getting this knocked out now. Had a chat with Zach, and obviously, as mentioned, the priority is getting the stage condition. So we're not going to derail from that. We are just going to run this pretty much straight through. The only minor adjustments is a little bit less veg today. My shoot is at 10 AM tomorrow, so usually I'll wake up pretty dry looking anyway, lose quite a bit of water overnight. So all we're going to do is simply restrict some of my fluid in the morning. Obviously no cardio in the morning, going to do that in the evening, just get steps in, get some of my food in earlier, but total calories for the day are pretty much the same. And I'm going to switch and have my rice earlier on the day, because I make my cream of rice with quite a bit of water. I do try to bulk that up. So, just keeping it relatively low volume. I will show you what I have made when I make it, but essentially it's kind of like a rice pudding, using the rice from my other meals with a little bit of whey paste and a few rice cakes in there for that total carb intake. So yeah, foods not really changing, not really doing much with water other than restricting in the morning. I've just done half of my cardio for today and 2 rounds in the sauna. I'm going to do the same this evening, and then that should be, more than enough to pull off that extra little bit of fluid. But essentially, this is just going to be another day simply running it straight through. And the difference is just by, shaving, exfoliating, putting on a bit of tan, getting a pump, we'll see quite a big difference. It won't just be, comparable to my usual post-workout pictures, because I also find that the EAAs and the high amounts of water that I have in that does kind of bloat me a little bit. So just minimizing all that, bit of tan, good lighting, should be bellissimo. But we'll wait and see. Hopefully nothing goes tits up. I will get some behind the scenes when Emily comes over later to do my tanning and shaving the rest of my back. I've got, torso done, but very restricted mobility. So yeah, that is her job, and then it'll be game time. So see you then. Yes people, so it is photo shoot day today. It's about 5 AM now, and check-ins are about to go down. Here is the look. As mentioned, water has been cut. We're just going to do a little double espresso now, a little bit more caffeine to pull our excess water, and then pre-meal will be going in, which I will show you because I did mention that. And I'll show you my usual pre for comparison. As I said, just want to keep water intake and food volume down nice and low. So this is the pre-meal that we've mentioned, whey sludge with actual rice, and then there'll be 80 grams of banana and 2 rice cakes in there, and that'll be 100 carb. Whereas for reference, my usual pre-meal with the cream of rice is much bigger. Okay, you can kind of see the difference there. So, big difference, food volume. But yeah, feeling good. New low today, so officially skinny bitch in under the 100 kilo mark, 99.8 for the first time in a long time. So, as you can see, definitely not full for this shoe. It's not the priority, but still very happy with the look. and we'll take you along later on. Yes people, so pre-shoot meal has went in about 20 minutes or so until I get an Uber down to Eddie's. Food's digestion, really well. Definitely noticed a big difference with, the lower volume stuff. Sticking with the same food choices, again, rice based, a little bit of fruit, just a lot less volume, a lot less water. Obviously a little bit hungry from it, but again, you'll put up with hunger. So, just chilling out now, feet elevated on my bedroom floor. And yeah, pretty happy. Done another round of posing after, well, a little bit later, because when the sunlight actually came out, and much happier with that. Obviously we're still kind of pissing and pulling off a little bit of fluid in the meantime, so almost ready to go, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm not sure how much I'll actually get to record behind the scenes because it's just myself, but I'll take my phone out every now and then, and yeah, catch you later. Right guys, we're here with Eddie, about to put it down. We are just getting a pre-pump in now, just on the first round, and physique's definitely coming to life very quickly. Obviously was happy with how it's looking this morning. We're just doing a quick round of triceps, boys, pretty much upper body pump, then put the baby oil on, get the body warmed up, and then we'll be into it. But yeah, very happy. Vascularity's coming through. Again, not sure if I'll get much behind the scenes, but we'll see.
The career's more at stake when you in your prime. Fuck that paper, baby, my face on the dotted line. I've been flying.
This guy's shoot is wrapped up. Very happy with that. I enjoyed that so much more than I thought I would. Fucking hands are nasty. But yeah, like I spoke about on Instagram, today was really good because, on prep, you're gonna have self-doubt. You're gonna be looking at yourself in piss poor lighting, without a pump. You're gonna be, very high negativity bias, and then comparing that to people's pumped pictures on social media. So getting those pictures there today, just looking at them on the screen before they're actually even touched up in any way, really good confidence boost taking me into these last 3.5 weeks of prep. So very excited. Fire hasn't been put out, but it's been, just been fucking fuel put on it. So very excited to put that to work. So we'll be back home for 60 minutes of cardio and then a nice leg session shortly. But for now, I'm going to rehydrate the fuck up. Already started sipping some of this. It's 11 o'clock now, and I've had no direct water. I've had 4 espressos, so quite dehydrated. So get these into me, shower, maybe a nap, and then cardio and training. So yeah, very enjoyable stuff, guys. Looking forward to seeing the pictures, and we'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.